Alright. Welcome back Twitch. Welcome back YouTube. Let's get back to just another game. Danganronpa 2. Goodbye Despair. I was probably just talking to her about her food. Hey, Cat. Uh-oh. Cat, you're not supposed to be in there. Uh-oh, Cat. That's not a cubby for you. Come here. Ow. That's not a cubby for you. She got inside the entertainment center on top of the PlayStation 2 because he's just small enough to fit in there. Anyway, last time we figured out what the ultimate weapon was and how it was used and pretty much all the secrets of the Funhouse, which I have to admit, I really, really like this case because of the Funhouse. Let's save our progress and get back to it. Resume!
Hello! I hope your day is well. I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up. My heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeehaw! But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons.
Yeah, this isn't on a handheld.
And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
This isn't on a handheld, don't have to worry about batteries.
I never expected the Funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon.
Happy girl.
Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
Chucky just does not let anything phase her.
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily? I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's
Okay,
Nekomaru's murderer?
Okay. You good girl.
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
We figured it out!
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
We're gonna cover you up.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
I'm not giving up your spot to you, I'm using it.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can.
Yes, let's do that!
Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
I kinda am. I didn't have dinner before I did this.
Akane! You were drooling waterfalls?
Nagito, as usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway, if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
Gravity, oh my god, it's gravity!
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
See, this is what's kind of frustrating about visual novel games like this, is when you get ahead of it and you have to wait for the characters to catch up. Nekomaru's cause of death, huh? He was horribly damaged, as if he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. But if he's beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the building structure. So what was Nekomaru's cause of death that also utilized the building structure? It was beaten with a blunt object. Falling!
I see! That's it? I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
If the Funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That, I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower.
Wait, did I skip something? I wasn't looking. Okay, no.
You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
Now, I just want to point out, remember, Akane's been saying all along that she had a feeling that the pillar was the cause of death. It's just nobody could figure out how. Once again, her gut instinct is right.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? If I'm going to reach the truth behind this incident, I need to solve that mystery next. Make an argument. Possibly ours. Goodnight button, Akane's account for Yahiko's contact elevator, broken doorknob, strange feeling in tower. I think that was all of them.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on, did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside.
There we go, that's an easy
that's
one.
wrong.
I saw where that was going.
That sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
Yes, my sleep mode, my one weakness, along with all my other weaknesses.
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode.
It's a very useful function when I have insomnia, or I'm about to be murdered, one or the other.
If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it.
So, here's the thing, and I'm going to point this out. Here's the connection between the 4th case in the first game and the 4th case in this game as we know it. It's not a suicide, because if Nekomaru was put in sleep mode, he wasn't committing suicide. The connection is that the victim in the 4th cases of both games is the strongest character in the remaining students. That's the connection between the two games.
There would have
Not
been
the
no
suicide.
drop for him to fall and die from. Yes?
That's what I was about to explain, before Kazuichi interrupted me.
What an asshole. Nobody likes Kazuichi.
Silence, pest!
Now you're calling me a pest?
I love this case, both for the Funhouse and because Sonia is just taking Kazuichi to task. A way to create the drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru is still in it. Shiaki seems to have an idea, but what way could that be? Alright. I don't need to change anything. Clearly it's the wire. Or the broken
If you
doorknob.
arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to
She's
think
probably
about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Crap. I want to agree
How about
with
we
that
all
with the
shut
wire.
up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Yeah!
Silence, pest!
Don't be so cold.
She literally hoped that
What if
she...
I start to enjoy it?
Oh my god. Yeah, they tied him to the doorknob. If Nekomaru is inside the elevator, how can you create a difference in elevation?
If you arrange it a certain... You can cause the drop with...
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
I agree
I
with
agree
that.
with that. Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair. That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Here's the other reason that they needed to break the button, the Strawberry Hall button. Because they didn't want anybody to call the elevator back.
Huh? The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor.
I just say this dude's got, whoever this is, got to be insanely strong.
With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower.
Because they would have had to move Nekomaru's dead weight.
And suspended Nekomaru in midair.
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like...
A horse?
You better not finish that sentence.
God damn it. I swear to God I'm not doing that on purpose.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy.
Oh good, it's you.
So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that.
So when they're in the room in Grape House, remember, well, they always said that in Grape and Strawberry Tower, the one thing that they couldn't make out was the fact that they couldn't see the roof. Like the tower was so high they couldn't see the top of it. But even if they were in Grape Tower, or yeah, they just commonly said that they couldn't. It was so high they couldn't see the roof. They made a point of saying that actually. That was one of the defining features.
Why? If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
Alright, well that one's easy. Alright, you know which one's gonna pop up. Yep, there it is. Oh, I gotta cycle through the entire thing. Yeah, there's a lot of this that's kind of subtle.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
Like, I know it
Doesn't mean someone had to push him off.
But it's not surprising.
It's possible that he fell on his own.
You don't know the secret of the case.
What? Nekomaru? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Allow me to cut through those words. What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode.
God, Kazuichi, you never paid attention to anything I told you. That's why I fucking secretly hated you. Also, Sonya really enjoyed my vibrate function. Suck it.
Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why...
And that was before I became a robot.
If something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right?
I mean, that's also a very loose... It's also a very loose loop. He might have just fallen on his own eventually.
Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
You know it.
And then, In order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
Actually, that's kind of really in the middle, but sure.
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Might have been.
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
The killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because...
In that case, I shall use my full power.
With a fierce roar, Nekomaru put all his power into grabbing the doorknob with both hands. But...
Clatter, 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 clatter. Not yet. Here it comes. The incredible strength of 1 million horsepower. Yes, that's what I said.
Wait, isn't it creaking? If you break off the doorknob, we'll be stuck in here. I did that just for you. That's really what it was. Then that's the clue Nekomaru left us to find.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
I almost read that. I didn't have to.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig. Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so!
Oh god, he's activated Taro mode.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Jesus! Sonia! Just don't let him have anything!
Hey! Why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy, he gets off on this! So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
It doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor. I'll have to watch that later. The wire got loose. Cola came out of his eyes. He collided with the fucking pillar. Finally!
I see!
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Which crushed his
Finally,
head.
the pillar!
Exactly, finally, the fucking pillar.
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m., and if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
I love this nickname.
Stop calling me Baby Gangsta!
No, oh, never stop. Always call him Baby Gangsta.
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. 'Cause even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know!
Another mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. But I can't choke at a time like this. Just a little moment. Wow. I was gonna say, but I can't. Alright, let me explain this. I said I can't choke, then in my mind it's like, oh, I should have said I can't choke the monkey in my mind, and then as soon as I said just a little more, I was like, just a little monkey, I'm like, god damn it. And I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue to breaking through this contradiction. Make yet another argument. Maybe ours, somebody else's, potentially. Wait, hang on a sec.
We headed for...
What was Fuyuhiko's account again? Yeah, somebody fucked with the clocks, obviously, because Monokuma... Well, I'm sorry, I don't mean to say obviously. But Monokuma did mention that everybody missed Tai Chi. What was... Did I get Fuyuhiko's account? Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, there we go. So that's probably the one we're gonna use.
Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
Which one is wrong?
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
Okay.
That's gotta be it!
The alarm that caused Nekomaru's death rang at 7:30 a.m., but we discovered his body before 7 a.m. I need to crush one possibility at a time if I'm going to break through this contradiction. Alright.
We headed...
I think we can... What's the alarm timer? The clock's arms are stopped at 7:30 and the alarm was set to 7:30 as well. Okay.
For Grape Tower.
Oh, that's it.
Before 7
Here we go.
a.m., I am
Radio
certain.
clock, that's what I want to use.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30
So we need to
a.m.
crush the possibility it was
Nekomaru
messed
died
with
because
because
of
it
that alarm.
wasn't.
His time of
You
death
have
and
the
the
most
time the
accurate
body
clock,
was discovered.
and it
One
can
of
be
those
tampered
must
with.
be an illusion.
Killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru.
So we'll eliminate that
that's
first.
wrong.
No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Not his.
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse. Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And all the cocks. I mean, what?
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Wait, isn't this your dark lady?
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
This time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? Perhaps we've overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. Think. If I focus and think, I should be able to find the answer to that mystery. Alright, time for a logic dive. Pretty good on health, because I'm always healing now. Oh shit. I should not neum too much. Neuming too much is bad. I do like these little mini games. I like that they break it up and it's different from something like Phoenix Wright. What did Hajime and the others misunderstand? The time in the building. Also, hang on a second, I'm gonna try something.
Neum.
I just wanted to see what that sounded like. Oh! I almost second guessed myself and then I triple guessed myself. Oops. Yeah, I need to hit the button there. Hit the wrong button. This is where it gets a little tricky. You have to jump and rotate! Jump and rotate! A new concept's been added. I'm bad at it. I'm very bad at it. I need to jump and rotate. It's a rotate of faith. Also a very precise rotate. There we go. And back. It's not the last time we'll see that. Question 2. Which clock was tampered with? The building's clocks. They couldn't tamper with the radio clock, so thank God I was set up for the right one. I had to read that again to make sure it didn't say both buildings. But both clocks were tampered with. Alright, checkpoint. I didn't jump. I panicked. Also, I gotta get down there pretty quick. Wow. I just saw the time. Can't really fuck up anymore. Don't fuck up me. There we go, question 3. Both houses had the wrong time. Uh-oh. Oh, across the finish line with momentum! Momentum! There we go.
It's all coming together.
You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Man, that is really tight, considering I didn't slow down pretty much at all.
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks have been messed with?
By all, I assume you mean both.
What? All the clocks?
Both the clocks, thank you.
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks. So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that. This is truly fantastic!
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
She's right, that's the main problem. I need to clarify by how much the time was off after the killer messed with the clocks. And the cocks. That's definitely the next mystery. I'm gonna reveal the truth in one go! Make some sort of argument. Possibly a horny one. Alright, what we got here? I don't think any of these are gonna be useful.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death.
Oh, right.
It's clearly 7:30 a.m.
But you
Problem is, what time would 7:30 be? In our time.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only I heard the sound when he fell. It would have been a great clue.
Or his scream.
He's not the type to let out a scream.
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough.
No. Okay. Yeah. I don't even know what Nekomaru's alarm sounds like, damn. Okay.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio.
The time of death. Was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be?
In our time.
time.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only I heard the sound when he fell. It would have been a great clue.
Or his scream.
Oh wait,
He's not the
somebody heard
type
the
to let out
sound.
a scream.
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough,
Did I have it?
we would have heard it
Yeah,
too.
dude. She heard the sound. I heard it
There's
too,
no
but
point in saying that. If does not exist in this world.
okay.
If the time in the building was all,
somebody
then we
heard
can
it.
only rely on Nekomaru's radio
Remember,
clock.
she did have a
The
time.
time of death.
about?
It's clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30
Yep, the sound when he fell.
in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only I heard the sound when he fell. It would have been a great clue.
Alright,
Or
I
his
wasn't
scream.
expecting her to say that.
Only Neko, we would have heard it too.
There's no
Alright.
point in if does not exist in
Zoom
this
through
world.
here.
If the time in the building, then we can only rely. The time of it's clearly 7.
The problem is, in our time.
Are there any clues that can be used? If only I heard the sound when he fell.
I'll consent to Sonia. I would too, no simp.
That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Rumbling?
In my tumbly.
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Okay.
You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane!
One of us did something. If that rumbling sound was heard at 5:30 a.m., it's like the answer to how much our time is off is... I fucking hate you, it's 2 hours!
I see!
I can math.
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the Funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru.
Lure out only Nekomaru?
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Besides messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing. If they were trying to lure out only Nekomaru, then that specific thing is something we're gonna find out next time, YouTube. I'm gonna cut one more episode here. We might be able to get through in about, hopefully less than an hour, but YouTube, you're gonna have to find out tomorrow. Twitch will continue in a second. YouTube, thank you so much for coming out and joining me today. As always, I appreciate it. If you enjoyed this all, give me comments and shit. I'll see you guys tomorrow, whenever that is. Bye.